Right. Okay. So warm welcome, everyone, and welcome to our presentation call, our regular Wednesday evening presentation call. My name is James Sanderson. I have been involved with the company for a long time. So 33 years. But it's been so exciting, amazing adventure, and the adventure just continues. So, I'm just registering a new person today, with a doctor. I mean, it's just never ending. But it's so exciting to start new people, Anyway, so for the new people particularly who are on the call this evening, you are so welcome. We're going to go through a short 5 minutes about the product. Then we're going to hear a story from Louise. Then we're going to hear from Howard. Paula's going to take us through the product. Then we're going to take us to Howard, and it's going to take us through the business. Then we're going to hear from our guest from the US, Doug Barlow, is going to tell us his story. And then we're going to switch in the last 10 minutes for a getting started overview. So fasten your safety belts. Here we go. And I'm just now going to bring up the presentation. And here we go. Okay, great. So just to say, everyone, there was a line that came across the screen before we started. Fortunately, we've been able to get rid of that. My understanding is that it could be someone might be drawing on their iPad. So if you've got anyone who is watching on an iPad who's got like a pen and is about to draw on the screen, if you could stop them, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, we'll end up with multiple squiggles and we won't be able to see the screen. So it's my enormous pleasure, first of all, to introduce us to the amazing Paula Wilkinson. And Paula is going to take us through a brief and quick overview of the products. And over to you, Paula.
Thank you so much, James, and thank you everyone for listening, and thank you for joining us this evening. So as James said, my name's Paula, and I'm going to give you a very speedy, quick overview of our amazing products. So I'll try and do my best in 5 minutes, but there's so much more to say, but you can get any more information off the person who put you on the call this evening. So I just want to basically just tell you a little bit about what makes our Juice Plus products unique. Well, basically, they're all made of fruits and vegetables. They're all completely natural. They're whole food products, so they're not anything like multivitamins where they're synthetic made. Our products are all made of fruits and vegetables, so they're totally bioavailable and get absorbed by the body. And feed them with lots and lots of nutrition, but I'll tell you exactly what's in them in a second. They are the most researched nutritional product in the world. They've got over 40 gold standard clinical studies, which are basically the best that you can get. Basically, backing their outstanding health benefits. So basically from head to foot, and every single cell in your body is going to benefit from our Juice Plus products. So I'm just going to quickly go through the what's on the screen there. You can see the fruits and vegetables in the basket with four bottles there. So you go to the red, the green, and the berries there. Our main product, the premium capsules, they're basically a blend of 30 raw fruits, vegetables, and berries. So basically you're getting all the nutrients, antioxidants, and phytonutrients, all the really essential nutrients from 30 fruits and vegetables every single day in a really convenient, affordable, and easy way. We all know the more fruits and vegetables we eat, the healthier we are. So this is just a really easy way of getting all of that into your body in, just in capsule form. So next slide, please, James. And so as well as our capsules, we've got an amazing program called the Healthy Starts for Families program. And this is so that the whole family can enjoy the health benefits of our products and all get healthy at the same time. So basically our program is, if you buy the capsules that I've just been talking about, if an adult buys them, they're eligible to get absolutely free either chewables or capsules for their child or their teenager. So you can see here some of the statistics of the amazing health benefits, but basically over 1.5 million families worldwide have taken part in this program, and 96% of them have reported positive health benefits. But just looking at those benefits there, you know, it's an absolute no-brainer. And as a mum who's had both me and my daughter on these for over 7 years, not one of us have had a day sick. I will absolutely never stop taking them. I'm hugely passionate about them. Next slide, please, James. And then we've also got our complete range, which is, as the name suggests, a complete, can be used as a complete meal. It's got everything your body needs for a highly nutritious meal in either shake, the plant protein powder that you have usually as a shake or a smoothie bowl or a pancake or something. And we've got the bars and the soups, which are great for this time of year. And they're amazing for getting, you know, you've got plant protein, carbohydrates from root vegetables, some of the fruits and vegetables. And like all our products, they're vegan, gluten-free, they've got a low GI, so you can have them as a really healthy meal, as a meal replacement if you want to be losing weight, or, you know, just if you're busy and you haven't got time to cook, knowing that you're getting all that nutrition. Amazing for a healthy breakfast and you know, pre and post workout as well. So I haven't got time to go on anymore, so please go to the person who put you on the call this evening, and particularly find out a little bit more about the research and the science that really backs all of our products. So thanks for listening, and I'll pass you back to James.
Oh, amazing, Paula. And you did that so beautifully, as always. And I'm meanwhile multitasking, bringing more and more people on the call. So we're up to 70 people now. We'll probably be more as we go on. So it's my enormous pleasure now to introduce Louise, who's going to tell us her story about the her story with the product. So Louise, if you're there, I know you've been invited by Sarah, which we're very grateful for. So if you're there, Louise, if you could come on, unmute yourself, and then we'd love to hear your story.
Hi, my name's Louise. I joined, started using
there we go. Yeah, thanks, Louise. Yeah, great.
Hi, I started using the products in 2016. I started using the shakes and the boosters, and within a month I added the premium capsules. In my first week I lost 1 stone, 3 pounds on my detox, and then I lost a further 4 stone. I've been on the products on and off for the last 5 years, and I have actually just hit the 10 stone mark last week. So I've lost a total of 10 stone. I suffer with thyroid trouble, and I am also now diabetic free due to the capsules helping me reduce that. So I'm really pleased with that. My thyroid I had out in 2001, and it has now stabilised. And I remember going to see my consultant, and he was asking me what I was doing differently. And I said that I had started taking the Juice Plus capsules, and he said, well, continue doing that because it's working for you. So yeah, I love the products so much. They've changed my life. I have so much more energy, so much more confidence, and I just feel so much better about myself. So I would highly recommend all of our products to anybody.
Great, Louise. Thank you so much for coming on. We're so grateful, and we're excited about the fact that you've had such a great result. You must feel amazing. You must feel you've really blossomed into almost like a second life. I
do, yes. Yeah, very much so. Obviously, before I had my thyroid out, I was like a size 8, but I ballooned up to a size 26 after having the operation. And now I'm back into a size 14. Wow. So I'm really, really pleased with that.
Well done. Well done. Well, I know it takes a lot of courage to come on the call, and we're really, really grateful. Thank you very, very much. Wonderful.
You're very well.
Great, thank you very much. Right, so we're going to move on now, and we're going to look at the business, and I'm going to introduce to you Howard, who is going to take us through about 5 minutes on the product.
The business, James. Listen, guys, welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining. It's my absolute pleasure to, give you a brief overview of how we can derive an income from this business. Now, let's have a look, first of all, at where we are today. right now, across the Juice Plus world, which amounts to just about 30 countries, we are welcoming more than 5,000 new partners each month. Now, why is that exactly? Well, when I joined about 7.5 years ago, we were already in an unprecedented time of awareness for personal health and well-being. You could not open a newspaper, switch on the radio, turn on the television without somebody or someone saying, this is good for you, this is bad for you. It was all a bit confusing, but people were very aware about it and wanting to do the right thing. Then, around about 2 or 3 years ago, a nasty little microbe escaped from a lab in Wuhan in China. And that awareness simply skyrocketed. People are more aware now than they ever have been about their own health and for that of their families. Add to that the economic chaos and turmoil that we're currently in. People are now more open to looking at other opportunities because they have to. Their overheads aren't going down, quite the opposite. Petrol prices are going up, all sorts of other inflationary pressures, meaning that the cost of living is only going to be increasing. Therefore, deriving a second income or third income even is absolutely vital for a lot of people. So they're much more open. And this is why we're seeing unprecedented growth right at the moment. Let's move on to the next slide. So we have not one, not two, not three, but 4 ways that we can actually make money in this business. And I'm just going to take you through one of them. Now, everybody, when they join, begins on the left-hand side of this staircase as a partner. Now, even though you're in business for yourself, you'll never buy yourself. There are a number of people that have a vested interest in your success. And with help, with training, and with encouragement, you are able to actually, you can walk up this staircase, you can sprint, or you can leap. It's entirely up to you. You have your foot on the throttle. You decide how fast you want to go. And people with experience, know-how, and knowledge will assist you every step of the way. Now, as you make that transition from left to right, and if you manage to get all the way to that position on the far right-hand side of PMD Plus, which means Presidential Marketing Director Plus, you will pick up an amazing total of £119,480 just in bonuses. Add to that the commissions that you're going to make, and you're going to find the equivalent of a very, very highly paid corporate job. But you don't have a job. You don't have a boss. You set the agenda. And as I said, your foot is on the throttle. How quickly you make that transition up the staircase is entirely up to you. And that really is, as I say, just one of the ways that we can derive an income. Let's move on. So you might imagine that actually with that amount of potential in terms of just earnings, that to actually set up a business like this, where you're in effect becoming a franchisee to an established brand, with an established brand, that will cost a great deal of money. Because look at what the company, our partner company, the Juice Plus company, does for us. They provide us with an e-commerce website. They provide us with a virtual office. You can see those other things there that the company does themselves. They do all the heavy lifting, all the research and development of the existing products, new products that are coming along. That's what they undertake to do. What is our job? Our job, if indeed we have a job, is to develop a customer base and to help train and encourage other people to do exactly the same thing. Now, for that, the company asks you for £50 or €60 for those in Europe. That's all. When I set up a business 20 odd years ago, it cost me £30,000 of my own money, no borrowing. But that only got me 50%. I had to find somebody else to invest that. That was high risk. The risk here is so small as to be negligible to the point of nothing. It really is so low risk for such a potentially a high reward. Let's move on to the next slide. We can start earning with Juice Plus right away. And in fact, these figures are entirely notional. It says from £330 to 1,080. People have been able to exceed that quite significantly. I go back to it again. You are setting the pace here. And it's quite possible that people are able to actually recoup their initial the cost of joining, that £50, by finding buying their own product, or finding one or two people who want to join them in a health journey. And at that point, other people may be interested not only in, becoming customers of yours, but they may, for the reasons I mentioned earlier, they may have a real reason to want to develop a second income from one of these, a smartphone, or the computer that maybe you're looking at this presentation on. It's really that simple. The internet knows no bounds. And we're going to talk about that some more in a second. Let's move on to the next slide.
Yeah. Okay.
So where are we now exactly? We, as I mentioned, are in around about 30 countries. Not surprisingly, with the company being based in North America is pretty much covered. And in fact, we ventured into Central America because we moved into Mexico shortly before COVID hit. Europe is pretty well covered. There's a few gaps in Eastern Europe, which we'll come to. And I think I'm right in saying Portugal is just about the last country in Western Europe, which we're going to be venturing into very shortly. As well as that, Asia, we're into the UAE and Malaysia and Singapore. And obviously you can see Australia and New Zealand there. But look at the gaps. South America, untouched. Africa, untouched. Asia, yeah, there are those small markets I mentioned. But what about India? What about China? What about Russia? There are more than 3 billion people in that market that haven't heard of the Juice Plus company yet. Now, do you think there are people there with health concerns? Do you think there are people there that maybe would like to add an extra income into their household? The internet knows no bounds. When those markets open up, you will be able to make connections. Maybe you have them already. You'll be able to make correct connections and develop a business in the entire Juice Plus world. The potential is just staggering. And even though we've been around 50 years, we're really a 50-year-old startup. And just by way of summary, yes, we are a 51-year-old company. We've had the existing product range for 28 years. There are 4 ways to make money. The products, are they for do we have something that really is for everybody? Well, we're restricted to the people that eat. It really, I may be being glib here, but really that is what it is. We have something for everyone, backed by the science that Paula mentioned. And I do, like her, urge you to check that out. The potential is what you see on that world map before you. We've hardly started. Now, with a partner company, you'd be happy to find somebody that, or find a partner that has worked their way into one trend. We've got 4 or 5 there. It's just a question of how much you want to grab hold of it and how quickly you want to go. The future is that exciting. And with that, thank you very much for your attention. I'll hand you back to James.
Great. Thank you, Howard. That is fantastic. And you always do that so well. And it's very challenging to do that sort of explanation within a matter of just a few minutes, but you did that absolutely brilliantly. Now, we do understand that you may not have grasped everything that we've shown you tonight, but there's so much more information that we can give you, and it's so easy to understand. But hopefully that just gives you a flavor of the massive excitement that we've got here. And as Howard said, we're only just starting. So it's now my pleasure to go over now to Doug in the US. Doug, are you there?
James, thank you very much.
Here you are.
You can hear me all. You can hear me all the way across North America and the Atlantic Ocean.
Wonderful. Now, let me just say very quickly before you start your story that Doug really is a legend in our business. And, he is what we call a 100 Club, which he'll probably explain about what that's all about. It just means you really are very, very successful. And he's also PMD Plus, which is the top position in our company. And Doug, just tell us, where are you today? Because we'd love to see oh, there's Mitra bringing in some food. Woohoo! Great. Mitra is Doug's wife, so she's wonderful.
She's what makes me famous, James.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, look, tell us, where are you? We'd love to know. I mean, we don't have any windows where you are, but I know you live in an oceanfront property, don't you? So where are you?
Yes, I live on a Native American reservation in Washington State, which is the very northwest corner of the United States. And just, I'll just, not to brag, but just to say that Juice Plus has been very good to me in terms of the quality of life that I've been able to live. And this is from our home people ask, Doug, why did you leave that to go hang out in London for a couple of years? But life is an adventure. And so thank you for asking where I'm from, James.
Yeah, no, well, we love to see it. I find it breathtaking. Now, you came to live in London, didn't you? So you had your Juice Plus business, and then you decided to just come over to London and live here for a couple of years.
Yeah, Mitra was born in Kolkata, India, and I used to work on ships and was used to traveling the world. So we were sort of travelers, and we just thought it would have always been exciting to live in a foreign country for the adventure of it. And of course, due to people that we knew in the Juice Plus business, England was a place where we thought it's halfway to India. And so, yeah, we lived in England for about 3 years. My two youngest daughters got to experience the English school system, and as a family, we just had a huge adventure growing our business and exploring the world.
Amazing, amazing. And Doug, so what brought you first of all into Juice Plus? How did you? I mean, everybody starts somewhere, but where did you first start? How did you come across it?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I worked on ships as an engineer. And while that was good for two things, one, I only worked 6 months of the year. And for a lot of people, I made good money. I made a year's worth of salary in less than 6 months worth of work. And while that was great and wonderful, after a period of time, like most people, jobs, oh, hey, I got this great job. And after a few years, well, maybe it's not such a great job anymore. And I just did not want to grow old on a ship. And I was looking for something to change. So I thought I'd be an engineer on the beach. And lo and behold, over a dinner conversation, a friend of mine shared these plant concentrates. And I just thought, wow, like when people talk about the product, for me in 1994, it was like, what don't you get? Fruit and veg or in a capsule? And that I just realized that such a simple solution could benefit a lot of people. I was looking for a financial opportunity. I was not looking to get healthier per se. I thought I was doing great at 33 years of age, but it really was the financial opportunity for me to change careers and get out of shipping, where the premise was that I could leverage my own passion and interest, and I could have the efforts of 100 people, like 1% of 100 people's effort. Would you rather have 1% of 100 people's effort, or would you rather have to put in 100% of your own? And I really locked on to that leverage concept and made the most of it.
Great, fantastic, Doug. It's an amazing story, I have to say. So let's just turn our attention now to actually getting someone started. So, you've obviously had a huge experience. You're living in the US, a slightly different market, but of course, in the sense, the same. Everybody's the same everywhere the world over. Take us through a little bit about how you get someone started, and what are some of the key principles that you bring into play to help someone get a good start.
Yeah, and I want to really quick say, I kind of took a look through all the people that are on this call, and I realized there's people from all kinds of different cultures and backgrounds and ethnicities and culture. So I just want to say, welcome to everyone, because the concept of starting someone, it's the same regardless of where you're from. And the one thing that I really want to point out, I believe it was Howard that shared the compensation plan. He talked about those first, the first couple of steps. How can you make an extra 300 pounds, maybe up to 1,000 pounds? Let's just average it out at 500 pounds. Do you know anyone that would be interested in generating 500 pounds? And so in terms of getting started, the average person is not going to go all the way to the top of that stair step. They're not, they may love to have that 120,000 pound bonus by making all those rank advancements, but the average person just isn't going to do that. So the concept that I think is the most important in our business is understanding how to get people enrolled in the system and teach them the fundamental basics of our business opportunity so that they can get to that partner plus step or the senior partner and hopefully get them to sales coordinator. And you have to focus on a system that can put everybody into the same process, where that for the most part, most people are going to get to maybe they'll get to partner plus, maybe senior partner. Hopefully they'll get to sales coordinator. But in terms of leadership and those people moving up the ranks, it's the 80-20 rule. You start 10 people with the system and 8 of them aren't going to do much, and maybe 2 of them will do something. And that's not to be discouraging about what happens. It's just the reality of people putting their energy out into the world to try and make a difference. So in terms of a system, I always think it's great when someone says, hey, I'm interested in doing what you're doing. I said, oh, that's great. The first thing I'd like you to do is pull out your calendar and let's figure out how to have like a series of events. And in today's day and age with COVID, maybe they're all online events, but you can group the people that you know, like whether it's co-workers, maybe it's neighborhood friends, maybe it's family friends, maybe it's church group, maybe it's your gym friends. But, you know, assuming that you want to make an extra 300 to 500 to 700 pounds a month residual, where it shows up month after month, long after you've done the work, you have to have a system that doesn't require you to be personally involved in everyone's growth. In this country, we have what we call the Freedom Revolution, and there's a getting started track. And that getting started track, it gives a new person a limited amount of information so that you don't get overwhelmed by all the things you need to get to, you know, national marketing director, presidential plus. I mean, because the average person isn't going to go there. They just want to get healthy themselves, and they probably want to turn a few extra friends onto their health journey. And that's network marketing. It's a lot of people doing a little bit. So the onboarding process, in my mind, is the most important thing for you to learn, whether you want to build an empire with Juice Plus and the Tower Garden, or if you just want to generate a little extra income. The knowledge of doing a little or a lot is exactly the same. And it's based on learning the fundamentals of building a system so that that system is basically a senior partner production machine, if you will. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
You want to have you want to have a simple system that addresses the needs of the average person. And that average person is, one, they want to get healthier, and adding more fruit and veg to their diet is a no-brainer. And 2, you have to have a simple system where they know how to order product, they know how to click on a video link and share that link with some of their friends that are interested in what they're doing. And then 3, how do you help people get a few extra customers on so they can get to Partner Plus and earn some retail profit and some bonus money and get into the commission structure, and then ideally have them add a few more customers, get them to that senior partner position where they get another bonus. But most importantly, long term, it's going to be that customer base where the company ships the product, bills the customer direct, and keeps sending you that $300 or $500 or $700 based on your customer base month after month after month, assuming that you have built a relationship with those customers.
Yeah.
So in terms of onboarding, I think it's important to schedule a few events and have them make a simple post, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Let people know that you've started something new. Don't advertise Juice Plus. Just keep it simple and share your enthusiasm and excitement for a new way to get yourself and or maybe your family healthier. And then let everyone on this call gets to comment, and we all support each other by creating, you know, the algorithm through social media where your friends get to say, hey, Doug, I saw that post. Like, what is new and exciting in your life? I saw all these people, they were so excited about you joining something new. What is that? And so a couple of events, you know, and the beautiful thing is with upline and sponsors, you don't have to do all the work. You just have to have a system where people can, you know, you don't want to do it all for them. When people say, hey, how does this work? I say, hey, great. I'd like you to go and review, you know, here's homework. You make a move, I'll make a move. You can't do it for everyone. You have to have a simple system. And that is the easiest way to have someone who is not a business person enroll other people into the business.
Thank you, Doug. That's amazing. That is amazing. Thank you very, very much indeed. And just to say, everyone, for those people who are wondering about the Freedom Revolution, we have so much information on our UK website under Basics. So when you register as a franchisee, you get your own front-end website to promote the product, but you get your own virtual office, which has all the information you need in it to understand all about our business.
And James, the one thing that we learned is by sending someone to where all the information is there. For a new person, it may be a little overwhelming. Yeah. So and I think the company is going that way because the system we have it's limited. People only get what they need. So I would just specifically pull out 1 or 2 product videos and 1 or 2 business videos and have a few specific links that allow people to get a limited amount of information. They get just what they need, but you don't get overwhelmed by all the information that's out there from start to presidential plus marketing director, and just have a simple system that you can teach to your team.
Yeah. And I would say also, if I may just say thanks, Doug, amazing. If I just may say, and I'm just going to lead on now to promoting an event that we've got coming up on Saturday. So when I first started, I had no understanding of this business at all, but I saw one massive word emblazoned across everything I could see. I saw the opportunity for freedom. I saw the opportunity to own my own life, to never have to work for anyone else, to have total and utter freedom to go anywhere, to do anything, and to not be beholden or answerable to anyone. And that's exactly what has happened in my life. But one of the things that I did was I attended to every single event I possibly could in the early stages. I treated it like a university course. I treated it as an opportunity to learn everything I needed to learn. And I just wanted to say this Saturday between 10 and 12 in the morning, we've got what we call our coffee success training. 6 speakers speaking for 15 minutes each. And I just want to tell you who's going to be speaking. Sue Worrell is going to be speaking, Charity Iyamu, Carly Young, Julia Norton, Dan Aldridge, and Dennis Gomboktu, who is from Germany. And these people are absolutely epic. They're not there to sing their own praises. They're not there to stand there preening and fill out their chests in sort of ego. They're there to serve all of us, and it's completely free, this event. So make sure that you get the details of it. It's actually the same login as this call tonight. It's from 10 till 12. We start off with the product, and then we go through a whole succession of different trainings. And by the end of that, you will have an amazing understanding of what you need to do. And, it is the opportunity for anyone to go to the top if you truly want to do that. But anyway, everyone, we're just after 9 o'clock. Doug, thank you so much. Above all, thank you for the tour of your amazing property. We're all in awe of that. We would just like to dive into that ocean. Oh my God. So absolutely beautiful. And you're going to be buying a new sailboat. Is that right, soon?
Well, James, this business, you talked about freedom, and I can't emphasize that enough. You get to define what freedom is in your life. And yeah, I finally, it's kind of interesting. I've wanted to have a larger sailboat for most of my life, but I learned so much in the process of, for everybody, set big dreams. The world is an abundant place, and you can ask for whatever it is that you want in the world. The world is abundant. It will deliver. But the lesson that I just learned with this exercise of finally saying, okay, I'm going to start shopping for the boat, was I realized I really wasn't ready. My heart wanted the boat, but my mind was limited in terms of how I was going to make it happen. And so for all of us, if you want more success than you're currently having in your business, the answer is between your 2 ears, and figuring out how to become a better version of yourself, or better understanding what it is that limits you, that will really be the best gift that this business offers you. So yes,
Doug, how big are we talking with the boat? We're all thinking, how big is this boat going to be? Tell us.
Well, if you're going to go travel the ocean, which is what I plan, minimum 45 feet. So what's that, like 12, 13 plus meters?
Yeah, 45 feet is quite a big boat. I mean, I've been on a 25 footer and that was pretty big. 45 foot is really quite something.
Yeah. It'll be big enough for me to take my friends who are on this call, James and Gordon and his lovely wife, for a little tour across the channel.
Cool. Well, we look forward to seeing a picture of it. But Doug, above all, thank you so much for joining us. We can't tell you how grateful we are. And it's just given us such an amazing picture of where our business is and where it's going. Thank you very much.
I was just going to say, I saw lots of people. So if there's anything I can do to help people with business contacts here in the United States or Canada, let us know. Happy to help.
Great. Okay, Doug. And thank you everyone for joining us tonight. And thank you particularly for the new people. I know there's a big deal to come on a call like this, but we really appreciate you joining us. And we really hope that you'll be joining us on Saturday too. So thank you everybody for joining. And we look forward to seeing you very soon and see you on Saturday. Thank you very much. And thank you, Doug. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Louise. And thank you, Howard, very much indeed. And we'll see you very soon. Okay. Bye for now.
Bye for now. See ya.
Success to everyone.
Take care.
Bye now.
Bye.